Hello and welcome to a new episode of High Tech Low Code Podcast. For this one, we're going to discuss the low code platform known as OutSystems, how to get into it, what you need, and what you can take out of it. And to shed a bit of more light onto that technology, we have the aid of Rashid, longtime OutSystems enthusiast and champion, and William Antunes, OutSystems MVP. Rashid, thank you for accepting our invitation to participate in the podcast. Please, could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure, Mario. I'm a dinosaur in this industry. So you can imagine, I've been in this industry for almost more than 30 years now. So I've seen the ups and downs of, dinosaur era of my world. And I started doing programming with the punch card. Again, the punch card is probably most of the new generation will probably have read on the book and that's it. But I've used the punch card. So that's the privilege I have in my life. And I can boast about it now. People have no idea about punch card, but that's pretty much, me. But in terms of our systems, and I wish I had our systems when I was using punch card, and that will be the wonderful thing in life. Having gone through so many pains of developing an application in a longer terms of my life. When I came when our system came into my life, I was just amazed. In the beginning, I was a bit cautious about it. I didn't feel comfortable about it because I didn't believe it, really. I said, this is not true, and it's not, people are just, lying or maybe not saying the right thing. But when I got into it and really, understood the philosophy and idea behind our systems, then I realized, hang on a minute, this is a life changer. This can change the game of any institution, any company in the world. And then that's what it is. And here you go, after 7 odd years, I'm a big fan of our system. And I can, say about anything and everything, nice thing about our systems, that is my, really this statement's coming from bottom of my heart. And I love our system. What can I say about it?
Thank you very much, Rashid, for sharing that with us. Let's also give our thanks to William for taking some time off his schedule and joining us in our episode. William, how are you doing? Could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Hey, Mário, I'm doing well, thanks. So first of all, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm William Antunes from Brazil. I'm currently living in Portugal. I'm passionate about technology and especially OutSystems. I have been working with OutSystems for over 8 years already, and I'm one of the OutSystems MVP, as you just mentioned. And I have been leading development teams in Brazil, Netherlands, and also in Portugal. So it's a real pleasure to be here and sharing experience.
Thank you for that. As we already discussed in a previous episode, OutSystems is a leading low-code platform as pointed out by leading market research institutes such as Gartner or Forrester. It's a heavyweight in the industry. Many big companies are jumping into the low-code bandwagon using OutSystems. Now, having such individuals as you, how would you advise to start using the platform to get the best value?
Right. I'm more than happy to, add into it this whole thing. I think the shift in terms of the value which we are getting out of it, I think the shift is suddenly a customer-oriented focus. I think we need to, the time, the factor, the market, the global market shift. It's physically, if you go back, I can go back to 20, 30 years because I can go back because I've been there, done it, all those things. So the shift has changed, and the shift is a digital shift. You're right. The physical markets, of course, the physical market exists, but in order to sell your product, you need to be, in a digital world, in a virtual world, I would say, rather. So that world has a sudden, ways of doing things, and I think having a quick, rapid development platform under your arms, any companies, will be in a very better positions to maneuvers and be competitive in the market. And I believe our systems offer that, a potential to do that. If you have that, you can build your application, you can build and attract your ecosystem of the market world very, very quickly, very efficiently, and then manage it very well also. So these are the powerful words I'm using against a product, and this product does certainly offer me all those things.
What about yourself, William? Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, so from the developer perspective, I can give you an example of my case, my personal case. So I've started to work with OutSystems. I was kind of forced to start with OutSystems. And at that time, I was working as a .NET developer. I never heard about OutSystems. And then the company that I was working for, they decided that they needed something to accelerate their time to market because everything was built in traditional code. So it was .NET and Delphi at that time. So it was not that easy to take something to the market. So they decided to bring OutSystems to the house and start building all the surroundings of their main product in OutSystems. And at that time, I remember that we were part of the R&D department. So we were kind of panicking, especially because we never heard about that. And it seemed like just a code generator, like any of those tools that we have in the internet. But then I started to discover a bit more. And I got to know that it was a new paradigm that we needed to take out of our mind, that this is something completely different from coding. It's more than code, is also understanding the business behind it. It's taking more care of the business and not only to the technical part of it. I think the traditional coding, it's also taking you too much to the technical part and forgetting a little bit of the business side of the things, of make the things work as they should work and not only beautiful as they should from the technical perspective. So that's my personal case. I think it illustrates from developer's perspective.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to take the chance to ask, how should the team look like to take on any project into a successful finish?
In terms of the team, of course, it's a very open question. And it is certainly not the reply which is I'm going to give it to you. It could fit into any technology platform, not alone the OutSystem, but I will add some more value to the OutSystem, how team can work well. Because if you look at the structure, the architecture of OutSystems, right? So the release mechanism in OutSystems are so streamlined, so easy to do, and the communication between each developers and the participation as a developer as such and using the OutSystem platform are very well managed, right? And those kind of features allows you to have a very compact team relationships. And a lot of technical aspect of the development process has been the complex part of it in a traditional development has been taken from you, and the platform allows you and make your life much, much easier. The focus in team interactions and focus on the customer needs are more empowered by the OutSystems. So it's all about delivering things and not about how good you can write a code, how good you can put the things together. That is always created a conflict. We as a developers always wanted to show off our code to our peers and say, oh, look, I have written amazing code. I've done this thing, amazing thing, but those things has no longer, from the political perspective, the politics of being a developer, there's a huge challenge which comes along with it. I think that's kind of a scenario has taken off, and our system is saying, hang on a minute, you need to work for the client and not for your technical quality of setting. Of course, there's a standard, there's a procedures, so it brings developers together. This is my personal feeling, and I think our system has done a wonderful job to do that.
What's your perspective, William?
Yeah, I agree with Rashid, and also from your question, how would the team should look like? I would say that it depends from the side of the project. So I would say that the main step for a team should be the preparation phase. So everything should be well planned, especially the research. So you should have a good balance between seniors and juniors in your team, and you should have a project manager or whatever methodology you decided to implement in your project. So either a project manager or a scrum master. I think that should be the first step for any team to start working with any technology, not only OutSystems.
Picking up from what you were mentioning, how to organize the team, how should that team organize their work? Is the agile methodology of importance to OutSystems?
Well, I believe the agile, complement, our system complement agile, and agile complement our system. This is, I think they are made for each other. This is what I feel it, right? And because it's our system, it's a very young technology in comparison to other methodology which we are used to it, right? But I think they bring the modern ideas into platform, into our practice also. And then suddenly, the concept of rapid development, the concept of rapid change, the concept of making sure, all things are done together in a closely, tightly, integrations. These are all element of, a sprint and making sure the communications are there. Agile certainly, support the idea of our system, architecture and our system, the concept of the vision of our system actually. So it certainly brings that idea into platform, and they support each other very, very well. And Agile is a methodology which is, I think, a very important, compared to waterfall, which I was used to it. I've been done it. That was the core methodology, Prince and the waterfall and all those sort of the methodologies. If you look at it, methodology is all about the common sense, right? I will not say that Agile is great or Prince is great or waterfall is great. It's all about common sense, right? And Agile seemed to bring common sense more into platform, into discussion. And that's what I like about Agile. And then our system is also all about common sense. So if you think about it, the common sense prevails. And that's what is the power of this two product, Agile and our system. And which is for a developer, for a person who has been in this field, that's the charm of these two products.
Thank you. And William, your point of view?
Yeah, and in addition to what Rashid just said, is more than just a methodology. It's also how you apply it to your company. So it doesn't matter if you're using Scrum or Waterfall, but if you're not applying it correctly, you won't have the results that you should by using that methodology. So I think it's more about how you are implementing. Are you following everything that they are saying? Are you adapting to get the best gain of it on the short, long, medium, and long term? That's a good question that we need to answer.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, I think I will definitely agree with William. It's just you have lots of tools, but how do you apply those tools? Are you following the best practice? Are you really following all those things regimentally? And then sometimes you just pick the best thing out of it and then apply it based on your needs, based on your environment, based on your team structures, mentality, lots of things. These are their tools just to guide you and help you. But end of the day, you need to make a decision. And I totally agree with William that you need to see your existence, how you best want to use these tools and just take on those things and move forward with it.
So one thing I would like to ask is, what would be your advice to how to get into OutSystems? So I know that both of you have very different backgrounds, and so I would like to know what's your take on it. Where should I go? Is there anything happening at the moment that could help me get into OutSystems?
So I would say that the first step that you should take is should register yourself on the website. I think OutSystems is by far one of the best companies in terms of training and documentation. They have everything for free on their website. They're not charging to teach you something. So that's a very great thing from OutSystems. And I think being involved with the community, I think everyone is there and try to help each other. I think that's also part of my duty, and also Rashid myself as an MVP and Rashid as a champion is also to improve and engage that community. So I think it's just make use of the tools that we have there, and you'll be probably good if you dedicate yourself.
Okay. Rashid, and yourself?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think if you look at any product, the first thing they ask is give your credit card details, which I don't like to give those sort of information. But as William mentioned, it's really free, and you have huge cloud space to play around and get your hand dirty if you want to learn low code. And I think you will be amazed. It's a well structured program for training programs, online training facilities, materials are really there, and the community is really very vibrant community, right? And we are there to help each other. If anyone listening to our conversation, please, we are present in our system community. We are present in LinkedIn. Just ping us, and I will definitely more than happy to help them out and give them a right direction. Future is all about low code. Believe me, I'm not saying that traditional, programming language will disappear from the planet Earth, but definitely it will be the core skill to learn. And I would, as an experienced developer in this in the industry, I will certainly tell everyone, whoever are young or whoever experienced development in traditional world, please have a look and explore yourself, come to this world and you will not regret for a moment.
Oh yeah, definitely. Technology plays a more important role day by day as it goes. And definitely there are many initiatives going around to teach technology and so forward. Hopefully OutSystems will also be able to put initiatives like that.
Yeah, but I would also add, I will tell the universities, stop teaching Pascal. That will be this statement's coming from my bottom of my heart. I'm a person who has done a lot of university courses, but I feel that the world is changing. World is changing for the better, actually. And COVID situation has taught us a lot of things. In a short span of time, we want to be present in the market, and that makes a difference for the surviving of the company. And a product and tool like our system, with especially the low-code concept of it, I think low-code should become one of the subject of the computer science students. They should become one of this a compulsory subject that you must learn low-code platform in university.
Okay. The community was mentioned previously. Let's talk a bit about the community. How active is it? What can we get from the community in OutSystems?
William, please, add your thought first, and I'll come to it.
Yeah. So what I see in the community we have a huge forum there, and the difference that when you are working with .NET or Java, for example, you can easily find information or help, something that would help you troubleshooting your application or solving your problem. You could easily find it using Stack Overflow or any other forum in the web. But with the OutSystems, that's a bit different, because that was kind of a closed community before, because not really everyone knew about OutSystems. But now it's getting more and more known in the technology community. And we can always use the forum because we have more than 400,000 active users in the community. We can easily get answers there. We can also ask for the support of OutSystems. If we are going to a client, for example, and we need help with them, they're always active. They're always trying to help us with that. So we have a common goal there, which is improve the platform and having a platform that can deliver what we are aiming for in the future. So OutSystems is really listening to the community and trying to improve it a lot. And that's the sense of community that I was talking about. I think that's pretty important in the OutSystems world.
Yeah, I mean, I think I found that the OutSystems community are very, very supportive of each other. There are certainly different technology community exist in our world, but the response from the community is very quick, very friendly, and they always, try to help each other. And I can give you an example, because recently we start our Pakistan initiative, and we have 25 students who are part of our training programs. And they always, whenever I had conversations and when we talk in the training sessions, they always praise how community is so active, and they said, I asked a few questions from the community and they are so active. They're always helping us to understand things better. And he was surprised that, the community is so active. And this is a sort of a prime example, how active its community is. So certainly a very vibrant and very buoyant community. And I would certainly, ask everyone, if you have any questions, any issues, just post your issues into community and they will come back to you.
Thank you. Similar to Microsoft partners, I was able to notice that OutSystems also has its variant of partners. Why do partners play a role with the OutSystems ecosystems? How can they help?
So partners are pretty much the face of OutSystems for the end users of the platform. So we are the consulting companies, for example, as partners. We are in contact with our client. We are developing application software for them. And OutSystems does not play a role in the daily basis, but we do. So OutSystems is pretty much providing the platform. We are engaging the community, the worldwide community with that platform and showing people how we can do things and how we can help them and taking the best out of it. I think that's the role that the partners play in the OutSystems world.
Anything you would like to add, Rashid?
Yes, I mean, a lonely life is a miserable life. That what I would say, right? And suddenly, you need a partner in life, right? And it adds a lot of flavor. It adds a lot of excitement, and it helps you to grow actually. And I think the partners of our systems are very active in every sense actually, and they enhance the existence of the product, because our system cannot be everywhere and anywhere, right? So the partners is doing that sort of activities, and it helps customer, because the customers are very close to partners, because they understand. I think the partners understand customer very well. Their needs are addressed immediately instead of a couple of days. So that is the purpose of partners, to help the client pool of our system. It makes perfect sense, I think.
So we can look at the partners as if, well, I'm going to use this expression, but the missionaries from OutSystems to take forward the technology.
Absolutely, it's very well said actually. And a missionary with a mission, with the vision, and then it is
exactly.
It's a no-brainer for our system to have a partner. I can clearly see the synergy between them.
Yeah, we can compare OutSystems as the Vatican, and we are the church. That's pretty much what we are doing here.
Well said, William. Really liked it.
One thing I would like to also ask is, so William, I know you're an MVP from OutSystems. How hard was it to get to that point? What was your journey? Just for a bit of background.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that ask me all the time how they can become an OutSystems MVP or something like that. And I always tell them that it was never my goal to become one. Some time ago, I didn't even know what one MVP was really doing. I knew that the title was there, but that was pretty much it. But it has changed a little bit when I decided to move overseas to the Netherlands. And then the company that I was working for, they let me write articles and share my experience a bit more. I'm not the kind of guy that will be talking in the event, doing presentations. But I'm kind of the guy that really likes to share experience and help other people, because I really believe that by helping other people, we are helping ourselves. So that was a good way that I found myself there, by writing articles. So I have a blog profile in Medium, and it has been quite well written there. And that was how I started to think about how can I help even more than just sharing knowledge. Can I be more inside the scenes there? And then it was when I found OutSystems and the OutSystems MVPs, and that's exactly what the MVPs are doing. They are pretty much the worldwide face of the community, and we are bridging the community and OutSystems directly. So we do have access to product things, for example, within OutSystems. We are always suggesting new things, new features, or also proving new features that they are planning to release. So we get some early access to some stuff. So we're pretty much the bridge between community and OutSystems. That might be the best definition that I can give to you.
What about yourself, Rashid? I know that you're an OutSystems champion. Can you also give us a bit of an insight into that?
I mean, champion, thanks to our system to give me that, title. I really appreciate their, courtesy on me. But first of all, I really want to understand what is champion means, right? And how I can really contribute in a community, in the society, right? For me, by heart, I'm a teacher. Right, I'm a professional. Certainly, I have been in this industry. My life, and the journey I have come and traveled this far in my life, all thanks to my family and my teachers. Right, so the teachers have played an immense role in my life, and that's why the concept of why whenever I am there to encourage young people to learn, and I will get any opportunity to give them help, that's in me, because I've seen how difficult it is sometimes to learn the new technology, and our systems allows you very well lay down training programs. And that's why I always open up my arms, and to anyone who wants to learn, I give them time, even if it's late night, I give them time. And as far as the champion is concerned, if anyone who learns something from me and I'm able to change their life, I'm not the champion, they will become a champion. So that is my thought process about it. So if I can do that, certainly if I can make them champion, then certainly I'm a champion.
That was great. Well, and with that, we reached the end of our episode. Thank you very much, Rashid and William, for joining us and taking time off your busy schedule to participate in the podcast. Also, big thanks to our audience, and hope you can join us on our next episode of High Tech Low Code Podcast, where, as always, we'll feature more guests and talk about more topics of importance to the tech world. And on this note, we say our goodbyes. See you soon.
Thank you very much.